What's up everyone, Apple Orchard here, and today I'm going to be reacting to a video I made about a year ago predicting Apple in 2023. And we're going to be seeing how close I got, what I would have changed. I'm going to be saying how I made up these predictions. So yeah, let's go. Alright, so here we go, Apple Predictions 2023 with just random Apple products there. So iOS 16.3 released on January 25th, 2023, which is close, but really not that. And then 16.4, we got new emojis announced. So basically what I meant by announced was that they just put them in. I not say that they announced them at all, really. So yeah, and these were the exact emojis that came out in iOS 16.4. However, I did say iOS 16.4 Beta 1 came out on January 26th. I remember patiently waiting for iOS 16.4 Beta 1 to come out, and I was so impatient. I thought I was going to have some revolutionary changes because it took that long. Unfortunately, it did not. But the reason why I said it came out in January was because iOS 15.4 Beta 1 came out in January of that year. So, unfortunately, I was completely wrong by this, but it's fun to just be surprised and see what else that we're going to have. So, new emojis will be added and a bunch of unexpected changes, very hard to predict. And the Mac will also get a beta update as well, which of course it will get a beta update, but unexpected changes, very hard to predict. See, there aren't really that many changes, to be honest. It was just new emojis, and that's pretty much it. But let's continue watching. We have a Spring Apple event, and I put it on my birthday for some reason, but whatever. I thought there was going to be a Spring Apple event, but it turned out to be a single press release in January. But some of the products here are accurate to that spring press release. So we got the M2 Pro / Max MacBook Pro, and I was completely right about it being a minor spec bump. I did not see at the time that the any M2 family of chips would go to 3nm quite yet, so I was right about that. Everyone was saying that the M2 Pro and M2 Max was going to be 3nm, and I stuck to my word that they were going to be 5. It just did not make any sense to me. So now let's continue watching this. Alright, the next product is the M2 Mac Mini, and Apple did kill off the higher end Mac Mini, but instead they replaced it with the M2 Pro Mac Mini. So, kind of right there, but let's continue. Okay, now we have HomePod Mini 2nd generation, and I said it would have the S8 chip. Now, I was kind of correct with this. However, it was the full-size HomePod instead of the HomePod Mini. And S8, S7 chip is the same exact thing. HomePod Ultra. So I do believe something like this is going to come out soon. I'm not sure when it will come out, but hopefully it comes out next year. And I'm still not going to expect this to be priced well. So that's what it says right here. And it will have the A14 Bionic chip. Now, if it were to come out next year, I would say it would have the A15 or A16 chip, to be honest. Okay, and I expected Apple Vision Pro to come out in the Spring Apple event and release in June. Now, obviously, as I'm recording this video, Apple Vision Pro has not yet come out, and I said it would be the main attraction of the Spring Apple event. Apple would tease it off, show up the software and more, but this happened much later. As we all know what happened, 16.4 would release in March. Now, I think it released in April or late March. I don't remember for sure, but at least I knew the emojis. Alright, next up we have iOS 16.5. It would have bug fixes, refinements, and more basically. Alright, so next up we have Dubbed Up. The date was spot on there. Next we have iOS 17. There was no RCS, no redesigned control center, no redesigned messages app. Now, iPadOS 17, I was correct about it getting lock screen editor, and I also said calculator app, but I was wrong. And M1 and M2 iPads, you'll be able to sideload apps made exclusively for Apple Silicon Macs. This was unfortunately not correct. And I also said that there would be a menu bar for all iPads. At least we don't know that's true. I'm not sure how they would fit that menu bar now that I think about it. Maybe they would put in the 3 dots, but actually there kind of is a menu bar. You just gotta press and hold the command key on iPads. Next up we have macOS 14 announced. I did say Apple will kill off California names. I don't believe macOS 15 would be the time that they kill it off, but I said redesign calculator. Now, I believe once the calculator app comes to the iPad, they will redesign the iPhone one and then port that to the Mac as well. And when they redesign it, they'll be using Swift UI instead of UI Kit and App Kit. So I said revamped music app. Now this was kind of true with macOS 14.2. Customizable right-click menu. So basically what I meant by this is that you would have, like, it would look a lot like Windows, since I kind of prefer the Windows right-click menu. And you would have icons here as well. That was not correct. And then they would also refine a lot of elements of macOS, adding iOS-like animations at as many places as possible. Not correct. Clips, volume mixer, and translate app would also be added. None of those apps came. We did not really get any new apps unless you count some old ones that they brought back from the dead. I did not say widgets, but I wanted widgets to come. But I did not think it was possible. I still think lock screen widgets are possible, but let's see what else was there. Alright, next up we have tvOS 16. Now I did say that the messages and Safari app would be added to the TV. Those make a lot more sense than FaceTime on the TV. Now a new app did come to the TV, but I was completely wrong about which app it was going to be. So watchOS 9, I didn't mean to say watchOS 10 here, of course, and it was making sports better and a lot of refinements, which did not end up happening. We all know the story about watchOS 10. It turned into a disaster. I hate it still. I kind of wish we could go back to watchOS 9, but we can't, unfortunately. But at least it's the future of watchOS. We gotta get used to it, and yeah. Okay, now Apple Reality's release, Apple Vision Pro, was not released though. Look at this price that I came up with at $9.99. We all know that. Oh, you can't see it. There you go, now you can see the price, but $9.99, that was definitely not correct. Okay, Apple Watch plus iPad event in September of 2023. Did not mention iPhones at all. So Apple Watch Series 9, S9 chip based on 5nm process, L5 GPS, I wish, and blood glucose sensor, and no. Okay, Apple Watch Ultra 2, S9 chip, 5G, and blood glucose sensor. No. And then AirPods Max 2nd generation. I expected that to come out. That did not come out at all. I just wanted all these Apple products to come out. Okay, next is iPad Mini 7, and it got the M2 chip. That's it. Now I wish it got the M2 chip. Hopefully it will still come with the M2 or maybe even the M3 chip. Now iPad Air 6, got the M2 chip right here. That's it. iPad 11 A15 Bionic chip, and Apple Pencil 2. So these were the upgrades that I expected with the iPad 11, and I was wrong with the Apple Pencil 2, and I don't think the iPad 11 will be getting Apple Pencil 2 support anymore because of the Apple Pencil USB-C model. Okay, this is when everything released, but let's skip over since we already know. Okay, iPad plus Mac event. I expected these two to be combined. This would be pretty insane since iPhones are my number 2 spot and my favorite Apple product. And then Mac is of course my number 1. And iPhone 15 Plus, A16 Bionic chip, Dynamic Island, and USB-C 2. And I was exactly right. No, I was not right about the prices though. I keep thinking that the prices will be going down $50. I keep getting that wrong. If only they would, but unfortunately not. And the 15 Plus is a pretty good phone, to be honest. Next up, we have the iPhone 15 Pro, and it got 3nm, A17 Bionic chip, USB-C 3.0, and new design. Now $9.99 for the Pro, and $10.99 for the Pro Max. Got that wrong once again. It is $11.99 for the Pro Max, except all it did was increase the storage. An iPhone 15 Ultra, that would be the one that's $11.99 under me, but it'd get 3nm, USB-C, new design, and the 4th camera. Now, I don't think there will be 4 cameras, at least anytime soon on the iPhone, and this camera would have 100 times zoom, but I don't think that's happening anymore. However, the periscope lens will probably get improved to be 100 times at some point. I said MacBook Air M3, and then 3nm, and then more fun colors. Now, we did get the M3 chip in October, but it was not for the MacBook Air, and I do have a theory about what the Mac strategy is, which I will show in my 2024 predictions. iMac M3, we got that one correct at least, and it starts at $12.99. We got that one exactly right. What I thought would be Apple in 2023. I was pretty wrong about that, but yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!